Welcome back to Musicians Edition. Today we're back in Essential Elements. We're looking at number 57, Ode to Joy. We're first going to look at the snare drum part, and then in the next video we will try the triangle part, okay? So if we look at this piece, there are a couple things going on that are interesting that we can talk about. The first thing is there are some flams in the first few measures, right? Those flams seem to always be happening on beat 1, okay? So we can kind of take a mental note of that. It's also good to check our dynamic at the beginning, right? So it's going to be mezzo forte. And then, as always, we're going to make sure that those flams don't stick out amongst the rest of the notes, right? It's just a change in the sound quality, not a change in the volume on the notes that have flams, okay? So we got some rhythms there, no big deal. If you look at measure 8, we have a decrescendo, right? So we're going to get softer gradually throughout measure 8 until we get into measure 9, okay? Now measure 9, 10, 11, and 12, you can see that there's no snare drum, right? But it's very important whenever you have rests, especially a few measures of rests, that you really concentrate on keeping track of where exactly you are, how long you've rested, how long you need to rest so that you come back in at the right moment, okay? So then dynamically, going into measure 13, you see that the bass drum and the suspended cymbal have a crescendo that takes us into 13, right? Again, we're not playing there, but we do need to be aware of that crescendo so that we can start at measure 13 at the forte dynamic, okay? Now, when you play this with other people, you'll also want to be listening to the other instruments as they crescendo, right? That way you can kind of pick up where they leave off with that dynamic, okay, going into 13. All right, so then the end is very similar to the beginning, 13 to the end, very similar to the measure 1 through 8, right? Some flams, they always happen on beat 1. Now we're playing a little bit louder than we did at the beginning, right? And again, making sure that the flams don't stick out, okay? Let's try this. 1, 2, 3, and... Two, 3, 4, rest, 2, 3, 4, measure 12, 2, 3, 4. All right. So there are a couple options that we can do sticking wise. You can play all of those quarter notes on the same hand if you want to. You can also alternate the quarter notes if you want to. At this moderato tempo, either one is possible. Playing the same hand over and over is probably going to be a little bit more consistent, right? But that's kind of a decision that you can make. The eighth notes at this tempo are probably fast enough that we're definitely going to want to alternate them, right? So you want to play flam, right, left, right, left, right, left, right? Or flam, left, right, left, right, left, right, if you happen to be left-handed. All right, so let's try this one more time. Let's keep in mind the dynamics. Let's really make sure that the beginning starts at a nice mezzo forte. When we get to 13, it needs to be louder than what we played at the beginning, okay? Also keep in mind that decrescendo in measure 8 that ends at piano, right? So we're going all the way from mezzo forte all the way down to piano, a fairly drastic dynamic difference there, okay? All right, one more time, number 57. We might go just a little bit faster this time around. And 1, 2, ready, go. One, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's number 57. So good luck with that one. And we'll see you back here next time to look at the triangle part. All right, happy practicing. I'll see you then.